Good morning, everyone. It's great to be talking to Jamie and Debbie today about church planting.
Yes.
Jamie and Debbie, great to see you.
Thanks, good to be here.
So obviously we did a leadership series recently and the 5-year goals before that, where we're talking about church planting being one of the things that we want to do as a church. So tell us about, well, what's that meant to you over the years as a couple?
Yeah, it's been something that we've been talking about for a few years, hasn't it? I think it's something that I've probably carried in my heart for quite a long time. Obviously, when I joined City Church North Bristol, as it was then, it was just a very, very small plant out of what is now the Cottam site, and that was my first church that I was ever a part of as a plant then, and then having been involved in planting into Malvern and helping out in other places. I think it's something that I've always kind of seen the power of church planting for making disciples and helping people become Christians, and so it's kind of something we've carried a bit. We've talked on and off about it over the years, sometimes much more seriously, sometimes kind of, oh, that might be something we do one day, and then probably for the last 5 or so years we've been thinking, no, do you know what? This is something that we should do, that God would call us to. And we've been exploring that a little bit more intentionally over the last couple of years, but yeah, we feel like it's right.
We've also had quite a few prophecies actually over both of our lives that have called us to go. And although we've been told to stay in Bristol as well at one point, we do still carry that, and we do feel that we're called to go.
Amazing. And then you have been on a church planting course called Gathering Momentum with Commission, which is the family of churches we're part of. So tell us, how's that been for you both over the last couple of years?
Go on.
It's been absolutely brilliant. I think, you know, one of the things we've carried this for a while. We were wondering, like, how do you even get started church planting? So we had a conversation with John Graves, I think it was, and he said, well, there's this course called Gathering Momentum that's just starting, and it's completely designed for people who are looking to church plant or lead elders. And it's been fabulous for the teaching that we've got through it. I mean, they really get stuck into the nitty-gritty of how to get a church plant going. But also to kind of really get to know some other people who have that same heart, you know, to plant churches, and it's been wonderful.
Yeah, it's been a real kind of a boot camp. So, you know, they don't hold anything back in terms of the content, and it's great just being alongside people like Steve and Joe Petch, who've planted loads of churches, and obviously Guy and Heather, and spending lots of time with leaders in the Commission family and just building those relationships and kind of exploring, like, when is the right time, what's the right time, where should we go, and just feeling like we've got people who've got our backs is amazing.
So obviously you've been on staff previously with Bridge Community Church, and then when we brought the churches together in 2017, you've been leading the Bradley Stokes site, and you've both been absolutely amazing. So where are you up to now in terms of your thinking?
So we are planning to plant a church, hopefully in the early part of next year, roughly that kind of time scale, in Leicester, in the Midlands.
Amazing.
And Leicester's a fantastic city. It's where Debbie grew up, and just as a mission field, it's huge. It's a very diverse city. It's actually the least Christian city in the UK in terms of church attenders. But it's also just a fantastic place to live. So we're really looking forward to kind of relocating there, probably in the early part of next year, gathering a team and really going for it in terms of preaching the gospel, reaching the poor, making disciples. We're excited. We're a little bit disappointed, to be honest, to leave City Church and Bristol. Like, we genuinely love it here. It's not like there's any sense of, oh, we can't wait to get out. You know, we would happily spend many, many more years here. But like Debbie said, we feel like God's moving us to go, and it feels like the right time now.
So, Debbie, how are you feeling? There must be a sense of excitement, but also it's a bit daunting to be going. So how does that feel?
Yeah, it's definitely it's a massive jump, I think, going and moving our whole family. I think so it's exciting. I'm going back to where I'm from. That's
Yeah.
that's where I grew up, and so I am excited for that. But I'm also the most settled I've ever been in Bristol. I love it here. I love our church. I love the people, and so it will be quite a wrench to go.
Yes.
And I'm fully expecting that to be pretty hard, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm also excited. It feels right. It feels like God's in it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah.
it goes without saying, it is a huge loss for us as a church, but also we are incredibly excited the way God is speaking to you and leading you, and we want to support you as a church family. So if people are interested to hear more or they want to support you, tell us a little bit about what people can do.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, we would absolutely love all of you guys to pray for us and to rally around us in prayer. Obviously, we're going to be around for still quite some months, so we'd love people to talk to us, just approach us, ask us, and find out what's going on. I think particularly we've got an evening on the 27th of June where we're going to be gathering people. You can find out a bit more about our plans and what's been going on, and also just what the implications are for here at City Church. We want to well, really our key priority is to make sure that we leave this church really well and in really good stead. So you can find out a little bit more about it. You can also find out a bit more about our vision. We've got a website, anthemleicester.com, or we're on Instagram at anthemleicester. So people can just log on to that. That's live now, and connect with us there and find out more about how to pray with us and get involved. So.
Amazing. It's so great to hear your story and how God's been leading you. And obviously, this is kind of a journey that we're going to take together over the coming months, aren't we? You're not rushing off.
No. We'll be here for a while.
there's no pressure for you to leave. So,
Totally.
but in God's timing, we want to do that well. And obviously, we want to do a great transition to whoever's going to lead, particularly at the Bradley Stoke site, but all the repercussions for us as a church. So thank you so much for both sharing today. As Jamie said, if you're interested more, then get involved in that evening in a couple of weeks' time. And I think we're going to take an opportunity now to pray for Jamie and Debbie and Sam and Anaya.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you.